Nerds is a candy brand that started in 1983. Thank you for your suggestion.
Step inside. Remember, no horseplay allowed, except for the driver. This, my friends, is where we manufacture those tiny, tangy, crunchy eatables we like to call nerds. Each nerd owes its distinctive shape to a scientifically engineered Wonka reduction device. And you get 2 flavors in a box. Quite handy if you have a split personality.
Nerds from the wild world of Wonka.
Nerds Candy was created by the Willy Wonka Candy Company just a few years after the film Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory premiered, which was in turn based on the Roald Dahl book named Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Interestingly, the company itself was founded just before the movie premiered, specifically to help promote the film. Invented inside the Wonka division in 1983, a young marketing manager named Angelo Fragos was leading a project that consisted of a small, irregular-shaped candy. It's kind of similar to a rock candy, but has a very thin candy coating to it. They are basically made up of sugar and contain dextrose, sugar, and malic acid. The rest of the candy is made up of less than 2% corn syrup, artificial flavors, carnauba wax, and artificial coloring. The carnauba wax is what gave Nerds its glyciness and also the hard bite. It is the same carnauba wax that they use in car polishes. But rest assured, the carnauba wax used in Nerds candy is not the same as car polish, though the raw material is identical. While both products use carnauba wax for its glossy, durable, and protective properties, they're both processed and formulated differently to meet distinct safety and performance standards. Each Nerd starts out as an individual sugar crystal, which is clear monoclinic crystal, which means they have varying shapes and features to them. They would use sugar crystals that vary from 0.2 to 1 millimeter in length, and this is what gives them all the variations in shapes and sizes. They tested the product in classrooms and the opinion was unanimous. The kids loved them. It was time to graduate. In test markets across Chicago and St. Louis, boxes of Nerds flew off store shelves. There was no ad blitz, no Saturday morning cartoon tie-in, just word of mouth. They packed the Nerds in these dual-chambered boxes with a sliding top with different sides for different flavors. It was easy to pour straight into your mouth and easy to ration out. Each box contained 2 different flavors with its own compartment and opening, and they would vary from sweet to sour. In 1983, they originally came in only 2 choices, cherry orange or strawberry grape. The Nerds mascot was a booger-like looking anthropomorphic creature that seemed like part Smurf and part Pebble. Some say that the candy was named after a reference in the Dr. Seuss book If I Ran a Zoo, where a nerd is mentioned as one of the creatures the narrator would collect for a zoo. However, most people today assume the candy has something to do with those of us who devoted our lives to our homework. Though it is a stretch, I wanted to think it was inspired by the 1984 movie Revenge of the Nerds. Right, Ogre?
Nerds! 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 Nerds!
Nerds would eventually go national. Nerds caught on quickly and soon became so popular that in 1985, the candy was awarded the prestigious Candy of the Year award by the National Candy Wholesalers Association. That same year, hoping to cash in on its amazing popularity, the brand also launched Nerds Cereal. Nerds Cereal, a now discontinued breakfast cereal that, like the candy, featured 2 separate flavors in a box, orange and cherry, and grape and strawberry. The cereal came with a mail-in order offer for a Nerds cereal bowl, which also could be divided in 2, like a standard Nerds box. In 1988, Nestle purchased the Willy Wonka Candy Factory and took over the production of Nerds. In 1991, the candy was reformulated to make it more flavorful and less grainy. In 1995, Nerds Candy introduced a new flavor called Wild Berry, which was a combination of several fruit flavors. In 2005, Nestle introduced a new line of Nerds Candy called Nerds Rope. This rope featured a chewy, fruity center covered in Nerds candy pieces. The candy became popular among consumers who enjoy the combination of chewy and crunchy textures. Over the years, Nerds have expanded its variety of flavors. Here's some classic Nerds candy flavors. There's strawberry and grape, wild cherry and watermelon, double-dipped lemonade, wild cherry and apple watermelon, sour lightning lemon and amped apple, surf and turf, tropical punch and road rash, raspberry, wild berry and peach, and watermelon and punch and wild berry. By the late 2000s, Nerds felt more like a throwback than a contender, a relic of the weirder, tangier side. In 2018, the brand rolled out Big Chewy Nerds. For a candy company backed by Ferrero Group, the group who made Nutella, bought up Nestle's US candy business. Around this time, Nerds was doing about $40 million in annual revenue. Not bad by any means, but nothing serious compared to candy giants like M&M's and Skittles, both pulling in over $500 million a year. Nerds settled into the middling market status for decades until the introduction of Nerds Gummy Clusters in 2020. In 2021, Nerds Gummy Clusters received free advertising from Kylie Jenner to her 200 million Instagram followers, after which the candy went viral on social media. A 2024 Super Bowl commercial for Nerds Gummy Clusters featured TikToker Addison Rae and was followed by a 2024 Super Bowl commercial with Shaboozey. Another annual brand revenue increased from about $40 million in 2018 to more than $500 million in 2024, with Nerds Gummy Clusters accounting for more than 90% of that total. Today, Nerds Candy is still popular among candy lovers of all ages. The candy has expanded its flavor offerings to include flavors like watermelon, tropical punch, and sour Big Chewy Nerds. The packaging has also evolved to include large bags and resealable pouches. The iconic crunchy, tangy, and sweet candies remain very popular, particularly the original strawberry and grape Nerds, which are often included in Halloween candy assortments and party favors. So what do you remember about this place? Leave a comment or a suggestion for a future video below. And if you haven't already, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.
Bringing back memories from the good old days. That's super cool, man.